Hey everyone, Dr. Nuesse from EasyDOTphysicals.com back again with another video. This one I want to give my what I believe to be informed opinion on if marijuana will actually become legal in 2025. I know 2024 is gone already, how fast time flies, and a lot has happened over the past few years as it pertains to marijuana legalization. And I've been doing these kind of updates and predictions for the coming year about marijuana legalization for the past few years anyway. So this one is for 2025. I'm going to talk about if I think that it will actually happen this year and give you my reasons. So a lot happened in 2024. I made a lot of update videos in 2024. A lot more is happening and going to happen, so please stay subscribed here for updates whenever anything comes out about marijuana legalization and that process. I make update videos. And also, if you are concerned with an upcoming marijuana test, please check out the link in the description box below for our masterclass so you are best prepared to pass that THC marijuana test. And as of now, you can still join it for free. Okay, so will marijuana actually be legal in 2025? So the first thing we need to do is we need to define what legal actually means, because you might live in a state where it is currently legal, where you can either get a prescription to use marijuana or maybe it's legal recreationally. And that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is federal legalization. So again, it could be legal in the state that you're in, and the federal government is pretty hands-off and pretty much stays out of the state's way when it comes to their marijuana laws. But there are still a lot of advantages to marijuana actually being legal federally. The banking laws would change and the businesses would be able to operate a lot easier and get loans easier, and there'd be a lot more research that could be done on marijuana, so on and so forth. So then we have to go a step further, and you actually need to think about what does it mean? What does the word legal mean to you as it pertains to marijuana? For some people, nothing less than complete descheduling of marijuana will do, and it be regulated no greater than something like coffee or Tylenol, just over the shelf where you can just go into a store and buy it. And man, that just put a crazy thought in my head. Can you imagine walking into a grocery store and right next to the can of Folgers is a quarter bag of green? Or does legal to you mean that it's regulated like cigarettes, like you have to be 18 or up to purchase it? Or like alcohol, where you have to be 21 or up to purchase it? Or could legal just mean that you need a prescription from a doctor, from a licensed medical doctor to be able to use it? So the term legal could mean a lot of different things to different people. So I'll give you my definition of legal, and mine is pretty black and white. So currently, it is illegal. Marijuana is an illegal substance as it pertains to the federal government because it is a Schedule I substance, and the federal government says it has absolutely no accepted use, and it is a crime to possess, to grow, and to use it. So my definition of legal would be movement anywhere outside of a Schedule I substance. So if the government moves marijuana from Schedule I to anything else, I consider the federal government declaring that marijuana is legal. So from there, it's simply a matter of availability and regulation. So anything from needing a prescription to use marijuana to complete descheduling and being able to get it over the counter, if recognized by the federal government, that is, in my opinion, considered legalization. So to answer the question, will the federal government, based on that definition, actually legalize marijuana in 2025, we have to look at two pretty significant elephants in the room. And the first is this rescheduling process that has now been going on for multiple years. I've made a number of different videos on it as it's been progressing. They're looking to move marijuana from Schedule I to Schedule III, so it would become in the same schedule as prescription medications. And the next important date is January 21st. that date starts this hearing process where they will listen to opponents and proponents to this rescheduling and make a final decision, or they're supposed to make a final decision. It's going to take weeks to do this, maybe months. I will make update videos along the way, as I always do, but barring any significant pushback, this will go through. This rescheduling process will go through. So the next big elephant in the room is that here in America, we have a new, more conservative administration coming into power. So the House, the Senate, and obviously the presidency have all gone Republican, who are traditionally more against legalization. So will they kill this rescheduling process? So Trump specifically has spoken out in favor of this rescheduling process, and I'll quote him here. As president, we will continue to focus on research to unlock the medical uses of marijuana to a Schedule III drug and work with Congress to pass common sense laws, including safe banking for state-authorized companies and supporting states' rights to pass marijuana laws, like in Florida, that work so well for their citizens. And Trump specifically has made a number of comments in favor of loosening the restrictions federally around marijuana. And I made a complete video on his views on marijuana legalization using his words. So most likely this new, more conservative administration won't interfere with the rescheduling process, but they're not likely to push for complete descheduling of marijuana. So here is what is likely to happen in 2025. So the rescheduling process goes through, it happens, and it becomes law by the end of the first quarter of 2025. So we're talking January, February, by the end of March. But then the implementation process, that could take another several months. So then by sometime near the fourth quarter of 2025, marijuana will be available as a Schedule III substance, and there it will stay for an extended period of time. So marijuana will move from Schedule I to Schedule III, but it's going to be a while before it moves again. But what can happen then once it is moved to a Schedule III substance is, all of the good things that come with banking, with federal jobs, etc., but also the research. Research can be conducted, and if it's found to be less harmful than the federal government thinks now, or less addictive or whatever, then it can potentially move even further, maybe even be descheduled. So I would love to hear from you, your comments on this process, your concerns, your questions. Leave those in the comments section below. I promise I read those and try to get back to as many as possible. All right, stay subscribed here. Updates coming very, very soon. Until next time, everybody, stay safe.